This is the BlackBerry 9700, also popularly called the Bold 2. Now the 9700, which launched this week, Thursday to be precise, is BlackBerry's top-of-the-line flagship phone. It's 32,000 rupees, slightly more in fact if you're in Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh or states where they're making you pay extra if you're buying a phone over 10,000 rupees for some reason. It's expensive, it's top of the line, and what BlackBerry has done is basically taken all their previous lines of phones, the Curve, the Tour, the Bold line, and done a mashup of the best features and made one phone in which you don't feel shortchanged on one feature or the other that you always felt. You know, the Curve, one version didn't have GPS, one didn't have Wi-Fi, the Bold had something missing in it. You always felt that they hadn't given you the perfect package. I think they've kind of delivered this time with the 9700. For example, if you see the back, they have taken it from the predecessor, the Bold 1 or the 9000 Bold, which had that leather back. There's mixed opinion on it. Some people hate it, some people love it, but they've decided to keep a leather panel on an otherwise plastic sliding back, and they've kept the big battery from the old Bold, which claims to give the highest battery life ever on a BlackBerry. I personally didn't test out a 6-hour call to see if it actually lasts for 6 hours of talk time, but that 21-hour standby time seemed pretty believable because I haven't charged it since I got it and haven't been using it too much, but the battery still has lasted. It's just about on its final legs. So that they've taken from the Bold, but the other good features they've taken from the newer Tour and the Javelin are, you know, the soft lock keypad and the mute button on the top, the gorgeous new screen, very high resolution, 480 by 360. The keyboard, they've gone with the Tour format where all the keys are touching each other, whereas the Javelin, the 8900, had the keys all independent, not touching each other, which personally I prefer, but this keyboard's also really soft and nice. And of course, they've got rid of the trackball. This is the first high-end phone with the trackpad. The 8520 is, you know, the cheaper, the poor man's BlackBerry at 14,000 rupees. This is, of course, the first time you're seeing the optical trackpad on the high-end BlackBerry. So they've done some good stuff there. And look at this, for the first time we see these small external battery contacts on the outside. There are two of them at the bottom, which basically means that you're going to see tons of companies flooding the market with BlackBerry docks, so you can just dock your BlackBerry into it instead of, you know, putting one ugly wire and charger and making your cool executive table look a bit cluttered. So that's the only new external feature, the battery chargers, charging points on the outside. Overall, the big change, of course, is that this is the first BlackBerry to come with the new operating system from BlackBerry bundled. It's more or less the same as the old one, except it's got some, you know, cool bells and whistles, like the SMS interface is like the BlackBerry Messenger, and I'll just show you how the photos scroll by just swiping your thumb over the optical trackpad. So a few improvements there, not necessarily path-breaking, but I guess this operating system will also get some more tricks as we go along. It still seems to be a little buggy. Some errors were popping up while I was opening some programs, so I guess a few upgrades will sort out that problem. Overall, it's got everything in it. It's got GPS, Wi-Fi, it'll do 3G. You shouldn't really be missing out on any features on that. They've even put the highest end 3.2 megapixel camera, which the Tour has with flash. So all in all, a power-packed BlackBerry. The only problem is that now that the 9700 is here, RIM is sort of, research in motion is running out of numbers. There'll be a 9800 and 9900. I hope there's no 10,000, which is just an incremental advance because I'll run out of patience after that. They've cracked the full keyboard model. We want to see something slightly more exciting from them in the future because beyond the point, this kind of has done the trick for us. I won't really be excited for the next BlackBerry launch after this one because this more or less is the full package.